President Trump is making a rare sports appearance while in office tonight at the NCAA football game.
Take a knee or any other way. You're sitting, essentially, for our great national anthem.
Ultimately, it's to bring awareness and make people, realize what's really going on in this country.
When I see him kneeling, I just turn off the game. I have no interest in the game.
We have the national champion team, as you know, Clemson Tigers.
Trump now at war with some of America's most popular athletes.
They have to respect our flag, and they have to respect our country.
Shut up and dribble.
Donald Trump has once again injected politics into sports.
The NBA's in trouble. I think it's in big trouble, bigger trouble than they understand. And frankly, ice hockey, which is doing very well, they didn't do that.
He demands college football players, the ones who do not see a dime for their services.
We don't have salaries at all. We provide students with access to education, and we provide them with the cost of tuition fees, room, board, books, and supplies. And there's not even a salary to debate. They're not employees, they're students.
Because joke-worthy CEOs like this man, Mark Emmert, say so. Play college football. Is Trump and the GOP's next pivot to try and wash away their failures that have led to an economic depression and the catastrophic loss of life? Failed leadership is what got us here. Leadership is, of course, used loosely, like Larry Kudlow, economic advisor, or Eric Trump as son. It's a coordinated effort. Take Raphael Warnock's opponent. She tweeted some stupid stuff about how politics and sports don't mix, even though it is indeed politicians who stop sports from happening, like her president. America needs college football, said a man who is at least consistent in his preference/indifference to putting collegiate athletes in danger. Ohio State, wrestling. Look it up. Know what this man did. Know what this man covered up. Never forget. It's also something that Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse did when he penned a letter, which is worth absolutely none of your time, explaining why college football must go on. These football players are very young, strong people physically. I mean, they're physically in extraordinary shape, so they're not going to have a problem with the virus. No, this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. At least 5 Big Ten athletes were found to have heart inflammation likely caused by COVID per Yahoo Sports. One former Florida State basketball player died from having coronavirus. This was in Europe. Willful misinformation at its finest with the Trump administration, never citing how this virus, per leading researchers in their respective field, could have lasting effects on athletes, including their hearts. Then, well, there's this. First, Trump said the pandemic would not take hold of the U.S., but it did. Then he said it simply would disappear. It didn't. Then he said it was safe to open state economies before the pathogen was fully under control, steps which help cause a viral eruption across southern and western states. He's argued against all the principles of epidemiology, that testing doesn't matter, even though nations that have done better than the U.S. have used that route to get the virus under control. Last week, Trump said that there might be a vaccine before Election Day, in another self-serving political comment. Now firms developing it, and experts even say it's likely impossible. The misdirection was echoed by one prominent supporter. We get people that get the flu during the season, we quarantine them, we treat them, we make sure they're healthy, we bring them back, said Oklahoma State's Mike Gundy, who lost his locker room by wearing an OAN shirt. Trump can tweet all he wants about college football. The fact remains he does not care about the well-being of the human body. He cares about the quote, end quote, sense of normalcy. He cares about his poll numbers. If college football is played, it's this sense of normalcy. It gets viewed as a win because then, of course, he will take credit, as he always does. It's not so much an ask of collegiate athletes be sacrificed for his reelection. It's practically a near demand.